What women desire yet never express. Her face shows a smile. Her head moves in agreement. She might even verbally confirm everything is okay. However, she'll refrain from revealing her genuine desires. Though she yearns for your awareness, she remains silent about it. She anticipates your intuitive understanding, yet many men fail to grasp this. The majority of men attempt to resolve issues. Most try questioning, but the exceptional man acts without requiring instructions. This represents Stoicism functioning not as philosophical doctrine, but as detection equipment, a detection system that captures the unspoken language women use. Now, let's explore 4 desires women have for you that they'll never verbally express. 1. Connect with her intellect before her physical form. Now, gentlemen, the initial point comes unexpectedly. First, engage her mind prior to engaging her body. You'll never receive a message saying, "Shall we discuss philosophy tonight?" Yet she desires someone who recognizes intellectual connection as intimate preparation. Here's what most individuals miss. Intelligence isn't the key factor. It's about complete engagement, mentally, emotionally, and conversationally. Women aren't merely attracted to physical fitness, wealth, or material possessions flaunted on social media. They're drawn to someone who navigates conversation with the finesse of a gentle courtship. Someone who hears not to formulate responses, but to gain deeper insight. Let me be direct with you. Women process thoughts continuously. They experience constant cycles of feelings combined with reasoning. If you can approach this without criticism, without rushing to solutions, without retreating, you become uncommon. And what's even more uncommon, someone who references ancient philosophy while generating laughter. A Stoic approach. Be patient. When she mentions having an unusual day, avoid asking for specifics. Instead, invite her to elaborate on its peculiarity. Allow her to express herself fully. Every woman possesses compressed emotional content, and the person who carefully, gently extracts this without causing damage gains something invaluable. No amount of physical training compares. Women seek cognitive intimacy before physical vulnerability. Yet they remain silent about this because previous expressions were met with vacant looks, digital distractions, and sporting events. So here's your strategy. The next time she reveals part of her inner world, transform it beyond conversation. Create a sacred space for it. Set the mood appropriately. Remain there. Honor her openness with quietude, then offer a meaningful response. Those few significant words will provide greater security than any physical barrier, because ultimately, every woman secretly awaits someone who connects with her thoughts before considering her physical form. 2. Command attention, then become mysteriously absent. Second, dominate social settings, then disappear mysteriously. True confidence isn't expressed through volume, it manifests through presence. The kind of presence that prompts others to inquire, who is that individual? And more importantly, what sparks my interest in them? Here's what women keep to themselves. They desire someone who moves with complete environmental awareness without needing to demonstrate it. They seek intrigue. They seek influence, but not over your autonomy. They want evidence of your social command, followed by voluntary relinquishment. That creates attraction. That embodies Stoic advantage. You see, most individuals enter social gatherings and begin performing, displaying dominance here, seeking attention there, trying to be central to every interaction. However, the Stoic individual isn't pretending. He observes, notices, and strategizes, like a skilled strategist anticipating future developments. When he finally speaks, his words impact dramatically, not through loudness, but because his previous silence created anticipation. Women recognize this quality. They notice the individual who doesn't strive to amuse them. They notice the individual who doesn't excessively share personal struggles seeking sympathy. They notice someone who communicates meaningfully, then withdraws. Withdrawal doesn't mean abandonment. It represents calculated absence. Here's your powerful strategy: the practice of reduction. Communicate less, share less online, message less, and whenever you do appear, ensure it matters. When a woman encounters someone who can influence a situation without clinging to it, she feels intrigued. She wonders, what insights does he possess that others lack? That wondering breeds fascination, and fascination represents the unacknowledged currency she desperately wishes to exchange. Let others pursue acknowledgement. You pursue detachment because nothing creates more feminine interest than someone who could attract anyone yet walks away effortlessly. That illustrates the Stoic contradiction, and it's not about feigning indifference. It's about remaining unaffected by external validation, including hers. 3. Connect with her essence without verbal communication. Third, reach her inner self without speaking. There exists a brief instant when a woman observes you and internally questions, does he perceive my essence? Not visually register her, not audibly hear her, but truly sense her, which reveals what she'll never articulate. She wants your expression, not through words, but through your very existence. This is where the vast majority of men falter. They believe connection develops through humor and flattery. But the man who learns to create understanding without conversation becomes an unexpected emotional force in her life. Here's the Stoic principle. Physical connection isn't necessary to reach her essence. Complete presence is required, focused, genuine, undeniable. During her speech, don't anticipate your response. Wait for her emotional rhythm to guide the silence. Then maintain eye contact steadily. Hold it as though preserving a fading memory. Why is this effective? Because women are emotional investigators. They examine, explore, and interpret nuances. But encountering someone who remains silent yet makes them feel more understood than anyone attempting to impress them creates profound, quiet, complete attraction. The right words aren't necessary. You need to project an energy conveying, you're protected here, you're accepted without judgment. And no, I require nothing from you currently. That's uncommon. Most men communicate with women from a position of lack. You communicate from abundance, and sometimes abundance requires no expression. The Stoic individual doesn't speak to demonstrate worth. He exists as though his worth is established fact. And believe me, she senses that, like approaching intensity. Here's the technique. Next time you're together, remain silent. Simply be present. Let your quietude surround her like protective luxury. No disruptions, no attempts at humor, just your presence. Calm, attentive. She'll experience nervousness. She might adjust her appearance. She'll show restlessness because this stillness feels unfamiliar. This attention without expectation, and when you eventually speak, ensure significance. Softly state, expression isn't necessary. I comprehend already. That moment will imprint permanently in her memory like beloved music because she won't comprehend your method. She'll simply remember feeling seen, supported, understood without verbal exchange. 4. Create desire for what she cannot define. Fourth, inspire her pursuit of the indefinable. Here's a revelation. The most captivating man a woman encounters creates feelings she cannot precisely identify. Not someone with perfect phrasing, not someone sending gifts and digital expressions, but someone leaving her wondering, what exactly is this? And why does it occupy my thoughts constantly? Women are attracted to emotional uncertainty. They develop feelings not for answers, but for mysteries. And this, my friend, is where Stoicism becomes powerfully attractive. Most individuals overwhelm her with attention. communication, praise, constant affirmation. They become completely transparent. You become a partially concealed journal, because women don't pursue men themselves. They pursue significance, and the man who presents like an unsolvable puzzle becomes an obsession. Let me share an uncomfortable truth. She won't pursue what's constantly available. She won't desire what's fully explained, but she will desire the man whose influence remains after his departure, like lingering smoke. This isn't about manipulation. This isn't about deception. This concerns being someone who doesn't require deciphering. You're not avoiding closeness. You're enhancing it. Stoic approach, alternate between warmth and distance. Be present, then absent. Be compassionate, then reserved. Let her experience your warmth, then withdraw it subtly enough for her to notice the change. That contrast. It creates yearning. She'll inform friends, he's different somehow. They'll inquire, are you attracted to him? She'll hesitate before responding, I'm uncertain, but he remains constantly in my thoughts. That indicates your success. Conforming to her preferences isn't necessary. Being indefinable is required. Let her complete the undefined aspects. Let her project longing onto your silence. Let her attach meaning to your absence. Don't pursue her. Don't explain yourself. Exist like an ever-present but unreachable shadow in her life. Eventually, when she finally asks, what describes our relationship? Look directly at her and respond, whatever you've been contemplating, because fundamentally she never wanted predictability. She wanted someone she could feel without understanding why. To evoke emotion in her, stop attempting verbal persuasion. Start moving her through your composure. Stop seeking approval. Start embodying someone unaffected by silence. Because the Stoic doesn't search for love. He becomes someone love inevitably notices. Indicate appreciation if this resonated with you. Follow for additional psychological examinations of Stoicism, attraction, and authentic masculine strength. Leave a comment. The single action I'll implement today is, I'll be observing. Until we meet again, maintain silence, maintain power, maintain stoicism.